everyone, I'm Jess and welcome to my channel. This is actually going to be my first ever YouTube video and I'm really nervous if you can't tell. But yeah, I'm just going to do a simple get ready with me for my first video. I hope you enjoy and just keep on watching basically, and don't forget to like and subscribe down below. That sounds so weird saying, but yeah, let's get into this video. Okay, so as you can tell, I already have my brows on. They're not fully done now because I come back to them in a few steps. But what I'm going to start with is moisturizing and then primer. I always find this to be the best combination. This is the Tatcha, the Dewy Skin Cream. This is really nice and really moisturizing. And then for my problem area, which is my nose and a bit on my forehead, I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. This is a really good combination for me. As you can tell, she's used and abused. So I'm just going to put a bit on my nose and a bit on my forehead. Maybe a bit on my chin as well. This is so weird doing on a camera, I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, yeah, I'm Jess. I am from the United Kingdom. I am 23 years old. And, yeah. I'm going to go in with the Tatcha moisturizer now. This is like really nerve-wracking for me, and I don't know why, because at the minute I'm just talking to a camera, but like I know that this is going to go up in a few days and there's going to be like probably strangers and stuff watching. I know that my mom's going to be watching, but it's just really weird like talking to a camera, and I don't know why, because I'm always on Snapchat. I'm going to put a little bit down my neck as well. Okay, now that primer and moisturizer is done, I'm going to go in with my two favorite foundations at the minute. This is the Jouer Essential High Coverage Cream Foundation, and this is the Zoeva Authentic Skin Foundation. These two are really pretty on the skin. This is in shade, the Jouer one is in shade Biscuit, and the Zoeva one is in shade 05N Beautiful. So I'm just gonna do like one pump of each, and what I do is I just put a little bit on my little hot spatula thing, and then I just mix them together with a little brush. You can tell that the Jouer one's in there because it's really runny now, and then I'm just gonna start dabbing this on my face. Like that. Like, see, that's a pretty nice match, I think. Yeah, I am going to go in with a beauty blender, don't worry. I just like putting it on first and then grabbing my beauty blender. This is the Beauty Bay one, and then dab that into the skin. That actually looks really pretty. I don't know what questions normally, or like what people normally say in a get ready with me. I just wanted to do something simple for my first video. Like, not like some crazy tutorial or whatever, because I know that hardly anyone's gonna watch it. Obviously, as it being my first video. So I just thought, why not just do a get ready with me, and then just, I'm gonna just tuck my septum up my nose. Okay, so I've turned down the brightness a little bit because like I started to look a bit like a ghost, and I don't want that. So I'm gonna go with concealer now, and I'm going to use the Jouer one, the Essential High Coverage. Nikki Tutorials got me onto this, and oh my god, I love it so much. I'm just going to dab a little bit there. A little bit, sure. She's a liar. A bit on the nose, a bit on the forehead, and a bit on the chin. After I've blended my concealer out, I'm going to put my Fit Me loose powder on. This stuff is amazing. Okay, so now I'm just going to dust off the excess. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to my eyebrows and draw some individual hairs at the front. I tend to do my eyebrows first, that way I can carve them out with the foundation and go back in, and then I just tend to go back in and just draw individual hairs. That way it has like my foundation skin tone underneath them, that way they look a bit more natural. So I'm going to go back in with my Anastasia brow pomade. This is in the shade medium brown. Okay, so I'm just going to draw individual hairs on the front of the eyebrow. And then slowly put them into my eyebrow as well, just to make it look a bit more hair-like in a sense. This isn't really a get to know me, is it? It's just me playing with makeup. I don't really know what people would want to know about me, besides like my age and where I'm from. I don't know. I'm a lover of makeup, I know that. I'm now going to prime my eyelids with the P. Louise base in the shade 02. This stuff is a godsend. And then the palette that I'm diving into today is the Book of Magic by Beauty Bay. This is amazing. I have played with it and done a few looks with this thing. This is just absolutely stunning. I love the colours in here. Like, you've got your neutrals, and then obviously you've got your blues and your purples and your shimmers. I love this thing. But yeah, I'm going to be playing with this today. Okay, so I'm going to go in with my P. Louise base and just pop that everywhere and carve out my eyebrow bit with it. Okay, eyes are primed. I am now going to go into the Book of Magic now. So the first shade that I'm going into is the shade Cursed. It is this dark blue shade right here, and I'm going in with a Morphe M522 brush. And I'm going to start by tapping that into the skin in just a little shape like that. I'm just going to tap the excess into the front of, into the middle of the eye. Like that. That's kind of like the shape I'm going for. I don't know why. Okay, so I'm going to do a mixture of the shade Trick and Elixir on a Morphe E23 brush. So I'm just going to pick up both. Okay, that I haven't played with Elixir yet, but that shade has fallout, and fallout and stuff doesn't bother me. What I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to tap it onto the top of that other blue, on top of Cursed, and just pat it in at the minute. I'm not blending it, I'm just tapping it. It looks really gross to start with, but that's why I like playing with eyeshadow. Because you can do whatever you want to do, even if it looks ugly. Okay, so now I have the general shape that I like down. I'm just going to buff that shade out in small circular motions. And just going back and forth until it's blended how I like it to be. I'm just going to dip a little bit back into Cursed, just a little bit, and then try and blend it up a little bit. And now I'm gonna dip back into Cursed with the other brush and just darken this bit out again. And then push it upwards a little bit, just so it means it blends out a little bit on the brush. And then going back in, just gonna diffuse the harsh edge. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut my crease, and I'm going to be using blank canvas to do that. So I'm just gonna take a little bit on the back of my brush, just put a little bit there, and then you get the general shape. So now I'm just going to follow that line. And then I'm going to go back in with the brush that I used to blend out the P. Louise and just dab it on the end. That way it blends it out a little bit more. I'm just going to add a bit more of Cursed onto the edge just to blend the crease and that together. I'm going to use the shade Moonlight from the Book of Magic palette. And that is such a pretty silver, and I'm just going to dab it on that. That looks really pretty. I'm going to dip into the Carnival Extra Large Pro Palette by Stacey Marie and Be Perfect. I'm going to take a Beauty Babe brush and just dip into the shade Ecstasy, which is this bright green, like neon green. And then I'm just going to dab that on my inner corner. And then I'm just going to blend it up into the higher bit of the brow. That looks cool, that looks funky. I'm now going to go back in with the Book of Magic palette and do the same. So just taking a bit of Cursed, putting that on the outer corner. I'm going to be using my Tarte Mani mascara. These unicorn lashes have been my absolute favourite. These are in the style How's Your Head. I'm going to put my eyelashes on and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back and the eyelashes are on, and I have to say they look absolutely adorable. Okay, so now that that's done, I can go in with bronzer and stuff and actually sculpt out this face because, ew. Okay, so the bronzer that I'm going into is the Physicians Formula. I'm going to go in with the Jaclyn Hill 02 brush. I love this for bronzer if you can't tell. And I love the smell of this as well. To give my face a bit more further dimension, I'm going to go in with the Morphe Fair Play 8F. And I'm just going to take this on a Morphe M530 brush. And I'm just going to dip into the bronzer and a bit of the contour shade. Okay, so I'm going to go in with blush, and I'm going to use the Luna Beauty Moon Prism blush. This is perfect. I'm going to go in with the Jaclyn Hill 06 brush, and I'm going to dip into the shades Stargaze, which is this one, and Pink Moon, which is this one. So a bit of this one and this one. For highlight, I'm going to go into the Nicole Guerrero palette by Anastasia, and I'm going to take this on a Morphe R36 brush. I'm going to dip into the shades Kitty Cat and Forever Lit, which is this pink and this white shade. If you do not have this palette yet, I suggest you go out and get it, because oh, she's worth it. I feel like my inner corner needs just a little bit of something, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in with the Jeffree Star Cosmetic Extreme Frost in the shade Sour Ice. This has like a green shift. I'm just going to take a little bit on my brush and just dab it on that inner corner. Okay, for lips, I'm going to go in with the Huda Beauty. This is in the shade Prom Night. This is a matte liquid lipstick. And then for a gloss, to top it off, I'm going in with the Jeffree Star, the gloss, and this is in shade Tabletop. And now for the gloss. Oh, that looks so pretty. Okay, now to finish off my face, I'm just going in with another spritz of the Anastasia Dewy Set Setting Spray. Okay, so this is my face, all complete. My Instagram is Makeup by Jess 2.0. That is where you'll find me doing makeup on there. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I know it probably wasn't the best first one, but I know that there are plenty to come in the future, and I just hope that you subscribe and you stick around. And thank you so much. I'll see you on the next one. Bye everyone.